Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am just a filming machine. I have had some time this morning it's just nice and quiet. Kids are at school, husband's at work, and the dogs are actually kind of napping, which is nice because they're usually pretty rambunctious. So today's been a great day for filming. This is my third one today. Now they're all going to be kind of spread out, but you'll probably see the same like hair and makeup and clothes in a few videos. That's why. But anyway, today's video is one of my favorites to film. It is my February favorites, and I've got some good products here. I think it's a pretty good mixture. I think there's a pretty good mix of drugstore and high-end. And then I also have a few regrets, which is not something I normally post in my videos, but I do have a few regrets. Again, some are drugstore, some are high-end, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, my first favorite is going to be foundations, and they are both drugstore, and I'm just so impressed with foundations lately at the drugstore. First one, which I know you've seen everywhere, it is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I love this foundation. However, I really hate that it's like half an ounce and it's $16. I still do not like that. I think you're going to go through it really quickly, and it is kind of pricey, but I really do like it. I would just keep an eye out for it to be on sale, like at Ulta, buy one get one, things like that, where you can use that $3.50 coupon and things like that, because it is a good foundation, but you're going to go through it quicker, and it's a pricier drugstore item. My next favorite foundation is the new Maybelline Dream Velvet, and I think this is one of those that's just got mixed reviews. I have dry skin, but I know there are other YouTubers with dry skin, like Kathleen Lights, I think, spoke about this foundation. She didn't love it, but I did love it. I think maybe hers is just a little bit drier than mine. But I love this foundation. I think it goes on beautifully. It's kind of a moussey texture, and it lasts all day long. I really love this foundation. I don't love the color selection. I've got 15 Ivory. It's a little too pink. There are tricks to making it work, and once like the blush and the bronzer and all of that's on, and maybe a little bit of like a light dusting of a yellow or powder, it comes together nicely and it looks really good once all of that's done. But I wish they would come out with a little bit better of a color selection. Next, I want to talk about the Coty Airspun powder. I think this might have been in my last favorites as well. I'm not sure, but I'm including it this month because I haven't put it down since I've gotten it. I just think it's a great powder for under eye baking under the like contour line and cleaning it up. It's great for setting all over the face, and I have dry skin and powder is not my best friend, but this is a really good powder, and you get a ton of product. You get 2.3 ounces or 65 grams, and it's around $5. So I had to mention it because it is really affordable. It's going to last you forever, and it's just a really great powder. I can see why it's been around since 1935. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do we just love how Rascal is just right there like he is in every video, just chilling, living the good life. Anyway, my next favorite is the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm, and this is the sensitive formula. I know you've seen it all over YouTube, but it is hyped up, at least this time for good reason. There's a lot of products that are hyped up that aren't really that great, and I don't understand why they're hyped up, but this is one of them that is worth the hype, and it's $5. You can't beat that, and it works so well. I've got another video that is about, it's called the Beauty Batch series, and I talk about all of my primers, and this was one of those that was just the star of the show. It's just a really great primer. It truly does improve the longevity of your makeup. This is the only primer that I've used where at the end of the day, after 8, even 12 hours later, that I still see blush and contour. That is never the case with any other primer I've ever used. But then this $5 little gem came along and it changed everything. Next is lashes. I think I spoke about this in one of my videos. I can't remember which one. I think it was a haul. But it is the Ardell Natural, and this is $135. I love these. I think if you are a beginner with lashes, number one, they're super easy to apply. Number two, they're very, very comfortable. But number three, I think they're great for beginners as well because they are natural, and it's a great way to kind of dip your toes when it comes to trying out false lashes. And I just think they blend beautifully with the lashes, and with me particularly, I have smaller eyes. They're kind of small. They're also slightly hooded, and they're also almond shaped, so it's kind of a whole bunch of things I have to work with when it comes to my eye shape. But these work so beautifully, and they're super comfortable. I mean, I am such a baby when it comes to lashes. I'm a total diva. I really don't like things that are not comfortable. I'm definitely a jeans and t-shirt and tennis shoes kind of girl. Like, I'm all about that comfort life. And this, for being a false eyelash, is the most comfortable, but it's also just really great for beginners. You're not sure if you like the way they look on you. This is a great place to start because they blend really well. They're very natural looking and just give you that little extra oomph, like you're wearing a really good mascara. And they're pretty cheap. You can find these at Walmart, Target, various drugstores. So yeah, I recommend these. Next, I want to talk about an eyebrow pencil. My little video on my Beauty Batch series where I talked about all eyebrow products. If you've seen it, you know that this was like the standout of all of my brow products, and I have a lot. This one is definitely a standout. I love it. It's from NYX. It's their micro brow pencil. This shade is in Auburn. I have it in chocolate as well. Both shades still work really well for me. Not much to say about it. It's just a really great brow pencil, and it's affordable, so I would definitely check these out. Next, I want to talk about a blush, and it is in my little blush palette here. I hauled this not too long ago, but it is the Kat Von D Shade Light Blush, this one right here. I have heard in the rumor mill that they are going to pull these blushes because they want them, I think, to be more pigmented than they are. I'm glad I got it when I did because I like the pigmentation. It's not too overpowering, and these two colors are kind of my go-to colors. You can see my blush palette. You can see there's a kind of a trend with that peachy apricot shade. That's just what I think looks best on me. And I kind of am lazy when it comes to blushes. I'm not really a big blush girl, but when it comes to blushes, I want to be kind of lazy about it and just not think about it. I want to throw it on to give my face some color and not worry about it matching the eyeshadow that I have going on that day. But that's why I love this. It matches any makeup look. It's really, really blendable. It lasts really well, and it's not too pigmented. So if that's your kind of blush, I would probably go check them out now because I heard, I don't know if the rumor's true, but I heard that they were pulling these and reformulating it. So I wanted to mention it while the old formula is still out, which it's crazy to say old formula because it's a new product. But again, it's the Kat Von D Shade Light Blush, and I will say the packaging absolutely sucks, and that is why it is in a Z palette. But definitely go check that out if you like a lighter pigmented blush. The next blush I want to talk about is kind of the opposite of that. It is pretty pigmented, but we're still wrapping up the colder months, winter time, and this is one of my fall/winter favorite blushes, and it is the Becca blush, and this is in the shade Wild Honey, and that is what it looks like. Again, that same kind of neutral apricot color, a little bit on the warm side. It's just a really beautiful color. There it is there. And swatch. It is a lighter shade, but it is very pigmented, so I'd still be very careful with that, but I do really love this blush. Next, I want to talk about what I love to use to apply my blush, and that is the Kat Von D Shade Light brush. I keep mine in the coffin because it is dual-ended and there's no really good way to store it, so I'm glad that it came with something like this. It's a little bit bulky and clunky, but it does store my brush without damaging the shape of it. So this brush I really love because it shows on the brush, it says shade over here, light over here. This is great for the darker shade of the blush. You want to apply it a little bit higher up, and then this side for the light color just to hit the apples of the cheeks. It's really fluffy and soft. It holds its shape really well. I've had this a really long time and I've washed it dozens of times, probably more than that, and it's just held up really well. It's a really great quality brush and I had to mention it because I've been loving it. Next, I want to talk about a palette. Now this is one that I've had for a while, but I just recently was using it earlier in the month and I just kept grabbing for it, and that is the Too Faced Natural Matte. This is, I know, permanent. I don't know, I have the Sugar Pop one as well. I don't know if that one's permanent, but I know this one is. And this is what it looks like. Just a warm shadow lover's dream. Lots of really great neutrals and warm shades down here, and it's just a very versatile palette, and the size of it is perfect for travel. The 10 keeps it nice and protected. Overall, it's just a great palette. It's just everything you need in one little travel-friendly packaging. Last favorite is also one that is newer to me. I hauled this, I don't know how long ago it was. I have the video up, I'll link that somewhere over here. But it is the CoverGirl True Blend Bronzer. I really think their True Blend line has been phenomenal. I love their primer. I know a lot of people love their blushes. I haven't gotten my hands on a blush yet. They've been sold out. But this is the bronzer. Now when I hauled this, I talked about it was looking way too shimmery and I probably wouldn't like it. But when you apply it to the face, it's not glittery at all. It's just a very light satin glowy look and it's absolutely stunning. I definitely recommend checking this out. It is pretty affordable. I think I found mine at Target. Now I want to talk about like my unfavorites. Again, that's not something I have done, but I have done a few little random hauls here and there and gotten to try a few new products. So I have a few in here that I just didn't love and I wanted to tell you guys about it so that you avoid making the mistakes that I did. But maybe they work for you, maybe you love them. Just for me, they didn't work. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, who knows, but they just didn't work for me. First one is High End, and I'm so sad about this. It is the Lorac Baked Matte Satin Blush, and it's in the shade Exposed. It's kind of an oxymoron to me. It says Baked Matte Satin. There is nothing matte about this. I think that's why I don't love it. I think the color is really pretty, but it is so, it's probably me because it is so pigmented. I know a lot of people love this blush. It is really pigmented and it is really shimmery. And for me, it's not even going to show how shimmery it really is. But for me, it just doesn't look good. And that's why I don't like it. It's not a formula issue. I love a lot of the Lorac products, but I just didn't like the way this looked on me. Now, one blush that's similar to this that I absolutely love is the Milani blush in the shade Luminoso. That one is gorgeous and it has that sheen to it and gives you a really nice glow. But I think this one is kind of like Luminoso on steroids. Like it's a little too much for me. Next is this little guy. I've been saving it for this video. I bought it when I got this, the Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation that I absolutely love. They recommend using this, and you can see I gave it a good shot. I tried it dry, I tried dampening it. This thing is, I'm surprised I don't have black eyes. Like it is so freaking rough and hard and just not worth it. I think this was $5 or $6, which is the same price as the Real Techniques sponge. I don't have it anymore, but I have the Beauty Blender. But it's like the Beauty Blender, but the Real Techniques version that's orange. That's about the same price as this one, but this could be a weapon. I really highly recommend you stay away from it. It's not going to make that foundation go on any better. I think a flat top kabuki brush or a Beauty Blender is going to apply that foundation just fine. I really don't think this is worth any money whatsoever. It's kind of an afterthought, like the little sponge tip applicators that come in eyeshadow. I really just don't think it's worth it, so stay away from this. And my last regret is the Wet n Wild Contouring Palette Contour Duo. I was so excited for this. I really wanted another banana powder, especially a drugstore one, because I love the one that's in the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. I love the one that's in the Lorac Pro Contour palette, but this one is so powdery. I mean, it kicks up a lot. It just doesn't set well on the skin, and the contour is way warm, like way orange. Even if a warm contour looks good on you, I think I'm kind of in the neutral range when it comes to contour. I don't think warm or overly cool look great on me. I think a combination of a neutral contour looks best for my skin tone. But even if a warm contour looks good on your skin tone, I really don't think this is one of those. It is borderline Oompa Loompa orange. It doesn't blend very well. There it is, swatch. You can see it's very, I mean, it's pigmented, but it's also very splotchy, and it's just not worth it. And I know this is a reformulation of their older one that was like this, but I just don't like it. Maybe it works for you, and if it does, I'm so happy for you because I really wanted to love this, but I just don't. So that is my monthly favorites. Let me know what your favorites are in the comment section below. I'd love to know what everybody's loving this month, and thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you spending your time with me, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.